Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2020-2021 Women's Enterprise Hall of Fame Awards. Tonight, we celebrate the commitment, determination, and successes of our honorees. Before we begin, let's introduce our loyal, supportive sponsors.
Hello, my name is Farron Melton. I'm the Chief Procurement Officer for Bristol-Myers Squibb. I'd like to begin by congratulating the Women's Business Hall of Fame on its 12th year in recognizing leading women in business development. I was honored to be inducted into the Women's Business Hall of Fame in 2019, so I truly understand what an honor this is for these distinguished women. At Bristol-Myers Squibb, we discover, develop, and deliver innovative medicines that help patients prevail over serious diseases. And we're also a company that values innovation, serving patients, and diversity and inclusion. And we do this in large part by partnering with women and minority-owned businesses across our supply chain. In fact, over 6 of the women that are being honored this year currently do business with Bristol-Myers Squibb. And I do know most of the women that are being inducted this year, and it's quite an honor to know them. I'd like to point out one individual specifically, and that's Janice Bryant-Halroyd. Janice, or JBH as she is affectionately known, is the leader of the Act One Agile One companies, and they provide contingent workforce management to Bristol-Myers Squibb in the United States and beyond. But beyond just a partner and great supplier, Janice is also a wonderful human being and a great leader. She's always supporting other women and minority-owned businesses. She's also helped Bristol-Myers Squibb leaders have some courageous conversations and uncomfortable conversations around race relations and what we as leaders can do to support the change. And she's always with us on our Power to Impact program, aspiring youth in underserved communities. So I want to really thank you and congratulate you, Janice, for all of your work and being such a special human being. And I want to thank all of the inductees this year into the Women's Business Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
As CEO of both Carcon Industries in construction and STL Engineers, Arcilia Acosta is one of the few female construction owners running a multi-million-dollar company. Arcilia has built a foundation of success, including signature projects such as the renovation of DFW Airport Terminals A and C, the first modern streetcar in the state of Texas, the Dark Green Line, Fort Hood Military Hospital, and all of the stations for the recently completed 23-mile TexRail commuter line. As a servant leader, she has a passion to serve others and strengthen her community. Her philanthropy has touched the lives of many in North Texas through educational initiatives and community outreach organizations. One achievement she's most proud of is the donation of construction services and employees to oversee the full design and manage the construction of building Holy Cross Catholic Church. But it's transforming the lives of others through employment, philanthropy, and mentorship that will be her greatest legacy.
Radar sensors in your car help make your drive safer. Pocket-sized ultrasound machines make medical care more accessible. Ultrasonic flow meters detect water leaks from a single drop. None of this would be possible without the journey of invention, from vacuum tubes to transistors to the first integrated circuit or chip, invented by Jack Kilby in 1958 in the labs of Texas Instruments. Since that day, TIers have worked on exciting technology, with each innovation building on the last to help our customers make electronics smaller, more reliable, more efficient, and more affordable, and therefore more accessible to all people. At Texas Instruments, our passion is to create a better world by making electronics more affordable through semiconductors. That's engineering progress.
At Encore, we empower modern life. Our storied legacy stretches across 1/3 of the state and touches more than 400 communities. We spark new opportunities and economic prosperity for the people of Texas. We're investing billions to build infrastructure and create a safer, smarter, more reliable grid, because innovation doesn't have an off switch.
Hey kids, step back, stay away. My name is Stripe and I'm here to say, don't climb up on this big green box. It looks real safe, but you'd rather not. He keeps the lights on in your home and wants to just be left alone. Respect the box, just give him props. You gotta respect the box. His work never stops. Respect the box. Just give him props.
Vistra has long seen the benefits of embracing diversity in our workplace and has always been committed to bettering our communities through diversity, equity, and inclusion. This dedication extends to our supply chain efforts, where we strongly believe engaging with diverse companies leads to superior results. A supply chain comprised of businesses whose ownership reflects all of our citizens helps drive cost savings, innovation, and market penetration for Vistra. By growing and developing these diverse and small firms, we invest in our own customer base. Economic opportunity unites and strengthens us as a society. Vistra's supply chain diversity efforts measurably contribute to a more robust economy and a more inclusive and involved community in which we all live, work, and serve.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now, please welcome the American Institute of Diversity and Commerce Chairman, Tom Trotter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2020-21 Women's Business Enterprise Hall of Fame induction and celebration. I'm pleased to be here and delighted that we can come together, even if it's just virtually, to celebrate the prosperity of women-owned businesses. As we all watch from our computer monitors tonight, we can agree that this has been an extraordinary time. Many businesses and sectors have been hit hard with unrelenting challenges, and we have all learned some hard lessons. But good things have also happened, thanks in part to the ingenuity and resilience of WBEs. Some have refocused their operations to provide frontline workers with personal protection equipment or other items and services. Other WBEs have encouraged and even paid employees to volunteer at local food shelters or to help families in need of computers, tutoring, and other educational services. Still others reframed their businesses to cater to the changing needs of their communities. And many have reorganized their processes so that employees can safely work from home. It is unclear when things will get back to normal, or even what the new normal will even look like. But here's what we know about WBEs. They will gain valuable insight from these unprecedented obstacles and use that knowledge to rebound. Some of these women are with us tonight. We applaud them for their persistence, innovative spirit, willingness to take task risks and their desire to help guide through the like-minded sisters through the ups and downs of this erratic marketplace. There are others here who have played vital roles in the progress of women as they pursue business excellence. We all share an appreciation and respect for the entrepreneurs, leaders, and the mentors in women's business development and achievement. The corporate leader being inducted tonight understands that WBEs bring quality, innovation, and efficiency to help them achieve customer satisfaction. And our members understand that WBEs have the dexterity and the tenacity to work through hitches, jams, and the coronavirus to get the job done. At this time, I would like to introduce our presenters for this evening's inductions. American Institute of Diversity and Commerce Vice Chairman Cheryl Stevens and AIDC Board Member Betty Mineta.
Thank you, Tom. I'm Cheryl Stevens, and Betty and I are absolutely delighted to be part of this celebration this evening. You know, Betty's pretty legendary when it comes to her passion around success of women business owners and all women, really. And I'm very honored, Betty, to be sharing this virtual stage with you tonight. We are so proud of this year's inspiring group of inductees and their many accomplishments, often in the face of great challenges, particularly in 2020. We know that long after tonight, they will continue to achieve great things. Without further ado, let's meet our very first Hall of Fame honoree, Johnny B. Booker.
Johnny B. Booker, partner, The Booker Company. For more than 50 years, Johnny B. Booker has been a tireless advocate for women. Among Johnny's accomplishments, she is a lifetime member of the National Council of Negro Women, an organization established in 1935 to empower and advocate for women of African descent and their families and communities through social activism. She was also elected as a delegate to the 1995 United Nations World Conference on Women in Beijing, China, an event that marked a turning point in the global agenda for gender equality. That's in addition to serving on board of directors of the Women's Business Enterprise National Council and working with the Georgia Women's Business Council. Professionally, Johnny may be best known as the former Global Director of Supplier Diversity at the Coca-Cola Company, where she worked for 10 years before stepping down in 2012. There, she developed and implemented the company's supplier diversity initiatives, including a renowned mentoring program that provided women and minority-owned firms with the tools and insight to secure competitive contracts at Coca-Cola as well as other organizations. Before Johnny joined Coca-Cola, she was the vice president of the Resolution Trust Corporation, a federal agency tasked with securing the financial stability of the country during the savings and loan crisis of the early 1990s. Johnny was responsible for ensuring that diverse suppliers participated in the liquidation of the assets of failed savings and loans companies. In this capacity, she created unprecedented opportunities for women and minority-owned firms.
Johnny's work on behalf of diverse business owners has been recognized in many circles. She's been named among the 100 Women Impacting Supplier Diversity by Women's Enterprise magazine. She's been inducted into the National Black College Alumni Hall of Fame, and she received the Mayor's Distinguished Public Service Award from the District of Columbia. It is an honor to induct her into the WBE Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Johnny Booker.
Good evening. I want to first express my sincere gratitude to the directors and members of the Women's Business Enterprise Hall of Fame and the American Institute of Diversity and Commerce for this prestigious honor and recognition. I want to also extend my heartfelt congratulations to my fellow honorees. My life's work has been centered on diversity, fairness, equality, inclusion, and the creation of opportunities for minority and women-owned businesses to ensure their full participation in this country's economic landscape. It is interesting to note that my first exposure to a woman-owned business was from my grandmother, who owned and operated a cafe in the small Georgia town of Fort Valley, where I grew up. A Black woman operating a business in the Deep South in the late 40s to the late 60s was extremely courageous. Despite the obstacles of discrimination laws that prevented equal opportunity, she ran a very successful business. Even as a child, I questioned the unfairness and inequality she faced, and somehow knew that one day I would work to right this wrong. In my professional life, whether at the National Urban League, the federal government, or the Coca-Cola Company, I worked diligently to make a difference. Even in my retirement, I continue to work on behalf of the success of women in business, where the contributions of these businesses are extremely important to the health and continued growth of our country and the world. Again, thank you for this honor and recognition.
Thank you, Johnny, and congratulations. Before I get started, I have to say, Cheryl, you look amazing. I can't wait for this evening. It's so exciting, so let's do it. Our next honoree is someone I have known for many years, Janice Bryant Howard.
Janice Bryant Howroyd, founder and CEO, the Act One Group, Incorporated. A stellar example of perseverance, Janice Bryant Howroyd is founder and CEO of the Act One Group, Incorporated, based in Torrance, California. The global firm was launched in 1978 and provides employment, workforce management, and procurement solutions to some 17,000 Fortune 500 companies, local and mid-market companies, and government agencies in 19 countries. In addition to being the first African-American woman to build and own a billion-dollar company, Janice was appointed by President Barack Obama to serve on the Board of Advisors for the White House Initiative on Historically Black Colleges and Universities. Motivated by disparities of community economics and molded by the supportive home environment of her own youth, Janice encourages employees and fellow entrepreneurs alike to push themselves beyond their comfort zones and relish challenges. She aids supplier diversity by investing in women-owned businesses and has been named a Woman of Distinction by the Women's Business Enterprise National Council. In addition to serving as an ambassador of the U.S. Department of Energy's Minorities in Energy Initiative and a board member for WeBank, Janice sits on the U.S. Department of Labor's Workforce Initiative Board and Harvard Women's Leadership and Girls in Tech, a global nonprofit group focused on engaging young women in technology. Janice's willingness to lend a hand or an ear is legendary, and a generation of women have benefited from the trails she blazed through hard work and commitment to her values.
Janice's billion-dollar company started when she had only $1,500 to her name, $900 of which was a loan from her mother. She says her accomplishments, both personal and professional, are inspired by her deep faith and love for her family. Please welcome Janice Howroyd Bryant.
Thank you. Being honored amongst Wbe Hall of Famers is an incredible joy for me. It's also a huge compliment to the many people who work at the Act One Group, to our clients, and yes, to our candidates and our communities. 2020 was an incredible year for us in so many ways, some not so good, and others really good as we learned to innovate our way through anything. The support of men and women who help us to build businesses that best represent our talents, our communities, and our hopes means more than ever now, and I am deeply honored and grateful to each of you. You know, This not only is something that my family and I can enjoy in an incredible way, it is an inspiration and a call to action for me to do even more as we continue to build ourselves forward, honoring women and showing that women truly do create great outcomes when given the opportunity. I salute each of my fellow honorees, and I thank you. I thank you from my heart. Let us all continue to grow together and build the world, not just that we deserve, but that we dare to dream of. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Janice, and congratulations on this honor. Our next inductee is Joan LaGrasse.
Joan LaGrasse, owner and CEO, Imagine LLC. Joan LaGrasse is the owner and CEO of Nashville, Tennessee-based Imagine LLC, a full-service design and fabrication firm that provides exhibits for trade shows, museums, visitor centers, and corporate interiors. She had been an educator for many years, but in 2002, found a second passion as an entrepreneur when she acquired Imagine. The company has won numerous awards for its ability to create and execute compelling visual narratives for clients. Joan is also the co-founder of The Collaborative, a cooperative organization she launched with fellow WBE Sharon Reynolds last year, bringing together a network of women-owned companies to provide businesses with personal protective equipment, sanitizing products, and space dividers during the pandemic. A resolute warrior for women and their success, Joan sits on WeBank's board of directors and forum leadership team, as well as the board of directors for the Women's Business Enterprise Council South and the advisory board of Pathways Women's Business Center, an affiliate of the U.S. Small Business Administration. She works with Go for the Greens, a women-led group that connects buyers with suppliers, where she mentors girls and young women on the topics of the trade show industry and networking. Her success in business and advocacy for women entrepreneurs have earned many honors. She has been named a WBE star by WeBank and a top WBE CEO by Women's Enterprise magazine.
Joan is ardent and selfless about spotlighting women-owned businesses. At a major conference where she hosted a booth, she focused her exhibit on other WBEs rather than her own company. We are proud to induct her into the Hall of Fame. Please welcome Joan LaGrasse.
Hi, I'm Joan LaGrasse, coming to you from my company Imagine here in Nashville, Tennessee. I can't express what a great honor it is for me to have been nominated for this award and to actually be inducted into the Wbe Hall of Fame. So many wonderful, exciting, dynamic women and others have come before me, and so many more will come after. It's to those who came before that we owe this opportunity that we have today to own our own businesses, to be corporate officers, to have an education. They opened the doors for us to vote, to own property, and we owe them a debt of gratitude that we pay back by mentoring the next generation and opening doors for them. It's our obligation and our duty, and on behalf of all the women before and now who are making strides for women everywhere, I thank you and accept this award.
Thank you, Joan, and congratulations. Our next inductee is Teresa Lawrence.
Teresa Lawrence, owner and CEO, Delta Personnel Incorporated. A flight to escape the grip of communism changed the trajectory of Teresa Lawrence's life. She fled Cuba in 1973 with her mother, grandmother, and brother, taking the last freedom flight out of the country and into the United States. They eventually settled in New Orleans, where Teresa grew up. 15 years after arriving in the United States, Teresa married David Lawrence, whose father owned a 20-year-old staffing company called Delta Temporaries. When he became ill and could no longer run the company, Teresa became the majority owner and CEO and renamed it Delta Personnel Incorporated. Last year, she became the majority owner and CEO of a new company, Delta Administrative Services, LLC, which streamlines and supports human resource processes such as safety training, benefits management, and payroll administration. Teresa has served on the board of directors for the Women's Business Enterprise Council South and regularly sponsors and volunteers at council events. She was named a WBE star by WeBank for her extraordinary ability to build successful business through strategic vision, business acumen, and sheer talent. In 2019, IBM nominated Lawrence for an award from the International Women Entrepreneurial Challenge Foundation. She received the award at the group's annual conference in New Delhi, India. The award honors women business owners who have risen above challenges to become successful business owners and contribute to the improvement and development of their communities.
Teresa's first job was bagging groceries at the age of 14. She said the experience taught her to appreciate independence and companies that value diversity. She states that alliances with women and minority-owned companies has made a huge impact on her success of her business. It is my pleasure and an honor to call Teresa mi amiga y hermana and to induct her into the Hall of Fame. Please welcome Teresa Lawrence.
Hi, my name is Teresa Lawrence. I'm the owner of Delta Personnel in New Orleans, Louisiana. I am in deep gratitude to Mr. Bill Alcorn and the whole entire board, as well as Mr. Don McNeely for having this amazing Hall of Fame for women to be highlighted and elevated in the most amazing way. I joined in 2006, never thinking that this would ever be part of an agenda, but I cannot tell you how thankful I am for Wbe South, for Fela Meyer, to continue to inspire us to move forward. To be in this Hall of Fame among people such as Patricia Christensen, Candace Waterman, Betty Mineta, and then on the other side would be like Fernando Hernandez, Michael Robinson, and Cheryl Sneed. Thank you so much for having this honor bestowed on me. And I hope that one day I could give you, each one of you, a very big hug for having this honor for me.
Congratulations, Teresa, and thank you so much. Our next inductee this evening is Wbe McCleary. I've been friends with Wbe for a long time, and Wbe, it's wonderful to have you back in Dallas.
Wbe McCleary, Senior Principal Supplier Diversity Advocate, Raytheon. As the Senior Principal Supplier Diversity Advocate at Raytheon Technologies' Dallas location, Wbe McCleary is responsible for working with the company's supply chain managers to ensure that all suppliers are considered for opportunities. That work resulted in procurements worth $438 million in 2020 with women-owned companies. Prior to joining Raytheon in 2019, she worked at United Airlines for 11 years and served as the Flyer's Director of Procurement and Supplier Diversity. During her tenure at United Airlines, the company's annual spend with small and diverse suppliers grew from $400,000 to more than $1 billion. WeBank named the airline one of America's top corporations for WBEs 6 consecutive times under Wbe's leadership. Wbe is an advocate for all women-owned businesses and has a record of fostering WBE success. Wbe has served as a corporate board member and program committee chair for WeBank since 2008. She has lent her time and skills to the Women's Business Development Center in Chicago, leading a team of professionals in creating best practices for driving economic impact and job creation. She was named Supplier Diversity Professional Advocate of the Year by the U.S. Department of Commerce listed as a who's who in supplier diversity by Women's Enterprise magazine, and has received WeBank's Applause Award for expanding opportunities for women-owned businesses.
When Ruby was in Chicago, she helped develop an after-school program with the Girl Scouts that encouraged girls to consider futures in entrepreneurship. She brought that enthusiasm with her to Dallas when she joined Raytheon, and now she works with local school systems to enlighten and equip the workforce of the future. It is with great pride that AIDC inducts her into the WBE Hall of Fame. Please welcome Ruby McCleary.
Hello, everyone. I'm truly honored to be recognized by the WBE Hall of Fame, and especially with such a distinguished class of individuals. Thank you and congratulations to everyone. I've worked in the supply diversity industry for 20 plus years, and the work that we do has been so rewarding. The fruit that we see when another WBE hires another woman in the community, the internships that our WBEs have extended to students, and so many other ways that our WBEs support the community and one another is to be commended. I've seen our WBEs grow from startups to large businesses, and I'm proud of each of you. First, I'd like to thank God for the opportunity. I'd also like to thank the nominating committee and two of the most accomplished WBEs that I know, Billy Bryant and Tara Abramson. Thank you for all that you do and your leadership. I'd like to thank Raytheon and their supply diversity team. You're awesome to work with. Your commitment to supply diversity is second to none. Thank you to my former bosses, Joan Kerr, who I worked for at SBC. Your leadership and commitment to supply diversity is just unwavering. And to Ted Manning and Katrina Manning, both VPs in procurement at United Airlines. Thank you for your commitment and always ensuring that our WBEs were included in the supply chain. Your support mattered. And last and not least, to my colleagues in the industry, what you do is unbelievable. And thank you for your commitment also. In closing, I'd like to share these truths. Over the last year, our world has drastically changed. We've seen our loved ones struggle, our friends die, and it's been a difficult year. But what I want to do is ask you to think about what you can do to make a difference. How can you impact the world in 2021? We all have talents, things that we're good at, whether it's in our church, our community, in the work that we do in serving others, whether it's working at the food bank or mentoring a student. They're all talents that we can give. I ask each of you in 2021 to really dig deep and discover your divine purpose, to give of yourself and then give some more, to love and then love some more. I'd ask you to live as if 2021 were your last, because for all we know, it could very well be. And we don't want to take life for granted. So I'd like to ask you, what are you going to do to change the world? What are you going to do to make a difference to those around you? Let's join together to make a difference in the world. #Impact 2021. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Ruby, and congratulations. Our next inductee is Jane Millard.
Jane Millard, Executive Chairman, Turtle and Hughes. Jane Millard is the executive chairman of the board of Turtle and Hughes, an independent electrical and industrial distributor based in Linden, New Jersey. Founded by Jane's grandfather in 1923, Turtle and Hughes serves industrial, construction, commercial, electrical contracting, exports, and utility sectors across North America. In 2020, as COVID-afflicted patients filled New York City's hospitals to capacity, Turtle and Hughes helped convert the Javits Center into a field hospital within 5 days. Under Jane's leadership, the company has doubled in size, added product lines, and helped women entrepreneurs not only gain access to contracting opportunities at Turtle and Hughes, but at other companies as well. She even convinced the Metropolitan Transit Authority in New York City to revise its payment terms so that small, women and minority-owned contractors could improve their cash flow and creditworthiness. As a strong advocate for women in business, Jane provides expertise and coaching to her WBE peers through her participation in the Women Presidents Educational Organization and Wbe. At Turtle & Hughes, she created a senior-level mentorship program for diverse rising stars and instituted hiring practices that resulted in an 84% diverse workforce. She has also led the call for the advancement of women throughout the industry. In June, the National Association of Electrical Distributors presented Jane with the 2020 Women in Industry Trailblazer Award for her leadership in the male-dominated electrical distribution industry.
Jane's philosophy of helping others extends to her community. She is vice chairwoman of the board of Make-A-Wish International and serves on the board of trustees for the Martha Graham Center of Contemporary Dance. It is a pleasure and an honor to induct a local Jersey girl and someone I respect and admire. Please welcome Jane Miller.
I am humbled and honored to be inducted into the WBE Hall of Fame alongside so many incredible women entrepreneurs, especially this year as the world managed through a global pandemic and recession. For me personally, this award is a tribute to the women in my family who came before me, to my great-grandmother who with her husband had the vision and initiative to start a business in 1923, serving the growing industrial manufacturing boom in New York City. She continued to lead and grow the company for 40 years after her husband's death, setting a powerful precedent for female leadership. To my mother, who in collaboration with my father gifted me the belief of leading with humility, unapologetically, and always valuing employees as members of our family. Great-grandma and mom, thank you for working tirelessly for fostering an organization that remains relevant and essential after nearly a century. This honor is also attributed to my talented team at Turtle. Sometimes building a business is just very hard work, and they showed up every day ready for the challenge. I would also like to thank the many men who have mentored me in an industry that is traditionally scarce of young women with no engineering or construction background. As women evolve as entrepreneurs, I have learned the importance of asking for guidance, committing to a collective vision, and never underestimating the importance of humble and balanced leadership. Very early in my career, before I entered the business world, I worked for the legendary choreographer Martha Graham, who was a great influence in my life. Martha was known for her fearlessness and ferocity, for her willingness to break the mold again and again. Martha taught me to be brave and challenge the status quo. I learned to listen to my creative instincts that continue to fuel innovation in our company. I would like to make a special thank you to WeBank and the hardworking, talented women who have made women entrepreneurship a mission. They allow us to be trailblazers, and they are our heroes. It wasn't long ago that I was a young, freshly minted MBA who was handed the reins of a sizable company with very little support network, let alone women mentors. I learned very quickly through WeBank and the WPO that no matter the size of your company or the complexity of your business problem, women working together, supporting each other, can do extraordinary things. My source of strength has come from the collective support of many brave women entrepreneurs, sisters in a common belief that women can build their dreams. We don't need seats at the table, we build our own tables, and together we build a better world.
Thank you, Jane. Congratulations on this great honor. Our next inductee is Retta Miller.
Retta Miller, partner, Jackson Walker, LLP. Retta Miller is a Dallas-based partner at Jackson Walker, LLP, a law firm that provides comprehensive services in a broad range of practice areas. Retta has worked at Jackson Walker for 35 years, representing clients in civil litigation, arbitration, and appeals. She specializes in banking, financial, insurance, and security matters, and helps coordinate the firm's diversity program. With a passion for elevating the status of women and opening new frontiers for their success, Retta was a leader in developing the concept for the Greater Dallas Chambers Women's Business Conference, a one-day business education and networking opportunity for businesswomen. She served as founding chair and continues to be actively involved in what has become a premier conference in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, drawing more than 2,000 attendees. She is a founding member of the Dallas Regional Chambers Women's Initiative, where her leadership has helped countless women through all levels of business. She has served in a leadership role with the Women's Business Council Southwest, helping women business owners become certified, enabling access to opportunities to do business with companies in the area, state, and nation. Retta's involvement in her community extends to organizations that help women and families in many ways. She serves on the board of the North Texas Food Bank and has served as president of the Dallas Women's Foundation and the Komen for the Cure Dallas.
Retta and I have known each other for over 20 years and worked on a number of projects together, and it's always been an honor. She's a dear friend. She has served on the board of the Family Place in Dallas, which provides women and their families with shelter from abusive relationships. She has also provided free legal services primarily to women with divorce and child custody issues, for which she received the Distinguished Pro Bono Service Award by North Texas Legal Services. We take great pride in inducting her into the WBE Hall of Fame. Please welcome my friend Retta Miller.
I am humbled and honored to receive this award. The advancement of women has long been a passion of mine. As an equity owner in a law firm, and as a lawyer who represents women business owners, I understand the challenges you face each and every day. It has been a privilege to work with Debbie Hurst and the Women's Business Council Southwest to further the efforts of women entrepreneurs. I appreciate the support of my law firm, Jackson Walker, in these endeavors. Thank you for this award, and I look forward to working together in the future with the Women's Business Council Southwest to continue to support women business entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Retta, and congratulations. Our next inductee is Fela Meyer.
Fela K. Meyer, President and CEO, Women's Business Enterprise Council, South. Fela K. Meyer has been the president and CEO of the Women's Business Enterprise Council South for 5 years. Founded in 1995, the WBEC South is one of WBE's regional partner organizations, administering a nationally recognized women-owned business enterprise certification program and facilitating opportunities for emerging and established WBEs in Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and the Florida Panhandle. Known as a visionary, Fela has developed several initiatives to foster the success of women entrepreneurs. One of those initiatives is the WB Collective, a women's collaborative workspace with locations in New Orleans and Nashville, each providing an interactive and inspiring environment where women business owners can pursue growth and network with other WBEs. The newest site in Birmingham, Alabama, is scheduled to open in 2021. Fela led the creation of the WB Marketplace, a searchable marketing platform for women-owned businesses. Available to all women-owned firms, the WB Marketplace elevates and equalizes the digital footprint of women-owned businesses and provides a user-friendly interface of buyers and consumers to find and connect with women-owned products and service providers. Additionally, she is the executive director, co-founder, and principal strategist of The Bigger Discussion, a live-streamed conversation with thought leaders across America in the fields of supplier diversity, economic development, and small business advocacy, and has served as the Vice President of the Committee for a Better New Orleans and Vice President of the New Orleans Multicultural Tourism Network.
Fela's experience in supply chain diversity includes heading up the Southern Regional Minority Supplier Development Council and oversight and fiscal management of a federal grant program for the Minority Business Development Agency of the U.S. Department of Commerce. We appreciate all that she does for women-owned businesses. Please welcome Fela Meyer.
I am honored beyond words by this recognition for doing work that I love. We at Wbe South are trying to raise the bar. We are working to be innovative and creative about how we open doors and windows of opportunity for our women business community. And nobody receives this type of recognition because of things that they've done by themselves. I've only ever been able to do anything with the help of an incredible team, a team of people that includes our staff, our board, and our amazing community of WBEs and community resource partners that challenge us and are helping us in our mission to create barrier-free opportunity for women-owned businesses. Thank you again for this honor, and I accept it on Wbe South's behalf. Thank you.
Thank you, Thela, and congratulations. Our next inductee is Curtis A. Morgan.
Kurt A. Morgan, President and CEO, Vistra Corporation. Since December 2016, Mr. Morgan has served as CEO of Irving, Texas-based Vistra Corporation, an integrated retail electricity and power generation company that provides 5 million residential and commercial customers with electricity and natural gas. During his almost 4-decade career, spanning nearly the entire spectrum of the energy complex, Kurt has held leadership responsibilities in nearly every major U.S. power market. He currently chairs the Electric Power Supply Association, the national trade association representing America's competitive power suppliers. At Vistra, Kurt chairs the company's Supply Chain Diversity Advisory Council and affirms that supplier diversity is an integral part of the company's business strategy and success. Under Kurt's administration, Vistra and its family of companies has spent almost $6 billion with women-owned businesses and other diverse suppliers. The company sponsors many women's business events and has been named by WeBank as one of America's top corporations for women's business enterprises. Vistra was also named one of the best corporations for veterans business enterprises by the National Veteran-Owned Business Association for hiring and advancing veterans, as well as contracting with veteran-owned firms. Kurt has also turned his attention to helping families during the pandemic. Last year, he led a campaign to provide laptops to low-income students in the Chicago, Dallas, and Fort Worth areas, and serves on the board of CompuDopt, a nonprofit providing technology access and education to underserved youth.
Raised amid the cornfields of Illinois, Kurt said he learned from a young age to appreciate hard work, commitment, selflessness, and teamwork. In his work at Vistra and with diverse businesses, his philosophy of working together to achieve goals has led to the success of the Vistra family of companies and its suppliers. It is my distinct pleasure to induct him into the WBE Hall of Fame. Please welcome Kurt Morgan.
I would like to thank the Women's Business Enterprise Hall of Fame for this recognition and for what you do every day to support women's businesses. I have seen the past and present recipients of this award, and I feel privileged to be among this distinguished group. At Vistra, we are committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion at all levels, from our boardroom to our workplace and in our supply chain. We stand behind this commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, not simply because it's good business, but because it's the right thing to do. In addition, Vistra continues to intentionally focus and grow our business with women's business enterprises. Last year, our highest percentage of diverse spend overall was with women's business enterprises, achieving 49%, and of that, 23% with women of color. In my view, it's unequivocal that when women succeed, society benefits. My support for women's business enterprises is deeply rooted, and it comes not only as a business professional, but as a son, a husband, and a dad of 3 daughters. I have been profoundly impacted by the women in my life, and I am committed to being a champion for women and their success. Thank you again, and I am deeply honored.
Thank you, Kurt, and congratulations. Our next inductee is Ann Ramakumaran.
Ann Ramakumaran, founder and CEO, Ampcus Incorporated. Ann Ramakumaran is CEO of Ampcus Incorporated, a global staffing, information technology, and business consulting firm she founded in 2004. Headquartered in Chantilly, Virginia, AMCUS specializes in helping clients improve performance, cybersecurity, and risk management by applying technology in innovative ways. In 2020, AMCUS acquired iTech Solutions Incorporated, a national IT staffing and services company. The company's rise to success has not gone unnoticed. Women Presidents Organization has listed AMCUS among the 50 fastest-growing women-owned businesses for 12 consecutive years. The company made Inc. magazine's list of 500 fastest-growing private companies in America and has received the President's Award from the Women Presidents Educational Organization. Anne has leveraged her experience and success to provide guidance, mentoring, and support to women as they pursue entrepreneurship. She is active in organizations that advocate for the growth and development of women-owned business enterprises, including the Wbe Bank, for which she serves on the board of directors, as well as mentor and sponsor for its student entrepreneur program. Anne also serves on the advisory board of Women's Enterprise magazine. A staunch advocate for supply chain diversity, not only for AMCUS, but for the global marketplace, Anne serves on the board of directors of the Capital Region Minority Supplier Development Council Board of Directors and Scholarship Committee of the U.S. Pan-Asian American Chamber of Commerce.
Anne grew up in India, where she earned her bachelor's and master's degrees in business and commercial management. She credits her parents for being pillars of support who encouraged her to pursue her goals. For all her achievements, we are delighted to induct her this evening. Please welcome our friend and colleague for many years, Anne Ramakumaran.
Greetings, I'm Anne Ramakumaran, founder and CEO of AMCUS, a global business and a technology consulting and a services firm headquartered in Chantilly, Virginia, 24 miles west of Washington, D.C. I'm thrilled and honored of being inducted to the WBE Hall of Fame and join 13 other corporate members, agencies, nonprofits, fellow WBEs, and members of colleges. Congratulations to all the inductees, and thank you to the American Institute of Diversity and Commerce and the WBE Hall of Fame leadership team for this honor. Thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you, Anne. Congratulations on this honor. Our next inductee is Carol Rohrig.
Carol Rohrig, CEO and owner, BKM, Texas. Carol Rohrig is the CEO and owner of Dallas-based BKM Texas, a company that designs workspaces that blend steel case products with custom creations to integrate technology and furniture to increase efficiency, creativity, productivity, and teamwork. She is recognized as a leading advisor in the Steelcase National Dealer Council and contract furniture industry, where she generously shares ideas to advance women, technology, processes, and business practices. Known as an advocate for women and their entrepreneurial success, Carol serves on the certification committee of the Women's Business Council Southwest and the Professional Women's Council of Ursuline Academy of Dallas, a college preparatory school for girls. She also won an Athena Award from the Dallas Regional Chamber for her accomplishments in business and leadership in the community. Not only does Carol provide insight, encouragement, and leadership for women, she invests in them as well. She has provided funding for the Texas Women Ventures Fund since 2009 and in Women in Their Prime, LLC, an organization dedicated to advancing online media content for female groundbreakers. An active community volunteer, Carol serves on the Dallas Regional Chamber and the Southern Methodist University Central Library boards. She previously served on Parkland Hospital's Board of Managers and led the Dallas County Komen for the Cure Board, following 2 years as the race director for the Dallas Race for the Cure.
Carol bought BKM Texas in 2002 when it had $20 million in revenues and primarily furnished corporate offices. After she diversified the company's services to include hospitals, schools, and sports venues, earnings more than doubled within 6 years. Her insight into growth strategies has helped entrepreneurs throughout the United States and has helped also as far away as Afghanistan. It is my pleasure to induct her into the WBE Hall of Fame. Please welcome Carol Rolig.
The women's business enterprise has been the thread that's woven together corporations, institutions, and women business owners. In my 20 years of owning BKM Total Office of Texas, I have been honored to work with staff, volunteers, corporate citizens, members of the supplier diversity community, and a broad array of people who have worked hard to promote women businesses. And for this, I am extremely grateful, and they have helped me grow my business. I am honored to receive this award, which would not be possible without the dedicated hard work of BKM team members, the honor and grace of our many customers, and the hard work of many people who guide me along the way. People in the supplier diversity community, people in the women business community, and in the business community at large. I must say that I am greatly honored, and I pledge to commit my efforts to help future women business owners grow in the way that I have through the efforts of this wonderful women business enterprise community. Thank you so much for this honor, and I'm truly grateful.
Thank you, Carol, and congratulations. Our next inductee is Cassandra Sanford.
Cassandra Sanford, co-founder and CEO, Kelly Mitchell. Cassandra Sanford is co-founder and CEO of Kelly Mitchell, a technology consulting firm that helps companies achieve their IT, business, and financial goals by providing a flexible and skilled workforce. Headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri, the company has 18 locations nationwide. Since launching in 1998, Kelly Mitchell has grown from 3 employees to more than 2,500. The company has been honored many times for its superior service with the Best of Staffing Client Diamond Award, which is presented only to companies that have won the award for at least 5 consecutive years. Kelly Mitchell has also been named one of the fastest growing companies by Inc. Magazine 5000 and the Women Presidents Organization. Cassandra's success in business has caught the attention of many organizations. The St. Louis Business Journal listed her among the most influential businesswomen in the Midwest region. She was also named Entrepreneur of the Year by the Women's Business Development Center in Chicago and a Women's Business Enterprise Star by WeBank, and was a recipient of WeBank's Dorothy B. Brothers Executive Scholarship. She serves on the board of directors for the WBDC in Chicago and on WeBank's Forum Leadership Team and Certification Committee. She also serves in advisory roles with the United Way of Greater St. Louis, Mercy East Hospital, the Visitation Academy Catholic School for Girls, and the Boy Scouts of Greater St. Louis.
Cassandra is a speaker and coach for Women in Cable and Telecommunications, which helps develop women leaders in the industry and is a mentor to female students pursuing STEM majors at the University of Missouri. It is an honor to introduce her. Please welcome Cassandra Sanford.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cassandra Sanford, CEO and co-founder of Kelly Mitchell, an IT staffing and solutions firm. Today is such a surreal moment for me. I wish we could be together to celebrate, but at least I can give you a peek into our headquarters here in St. Louis, Missouri. I must share it's a truly humbling experience to be inducted into the WBE Hall of Fame amongst so many notable and successful women. 23 years ago, when my business partners and I founded Kelly Mitchell, the world for women in business was vastly different than what it is today. And I'm so grateful to uncovered the WBDC and the WeBank networks. I'm grateful for all their tireless efforts to really forge a path for women in business. And I'm especially grateful for the opportunities they provided Kelly Mitchell to showcase our capabilities and to expand our business from coast to coast. Thank you again so much for this award. I promise it will spur both me and my team to work even harder to continue to make a difference in our community. Thank you again. Be safe and be well.
Thank you, Cassandra. Our next inductee is Tiara Kavanaugh Wayne.
Tiara Kavanaugh Wayne, founder and CEO, TKT and Associates. Tiara Kavanaugh Wayne died in April 2020, but leaves behind a legacy of dynamic leadership, staunch support for diverse businesses, and deep commitment to community development. In 2006, she founded TKT and Associates Incorporated, a Louisville, Kentucky-based company that specializes in workforce diversity management, recruitment, and employee development. She also established Astute Sourcing, a temporary staffing firm, in 2012, and co-founded TKT Connect, LLC, a majority-owned subsidiary workforce management service provider, in 2013. A champion of women-owned businesses, Tiara served on the steering committee board for Women's Business Enterprise Council, Ohio River Valley, and co-chaired the executive committee for the group's Catch the Wave Regional Conference. She was a frequent sponsor and speaker for many WBE events. TKT Associates was named the 2011 Regional Supplier of the Year by the National Minority Supplier Development Council, and last year was ranked the fastest-growing women-owned company in the United States by the Women Presidents Organization in collaboration with American Express. Known for the high standards she set for herself and others, Tiara was appointed to serve as the first executive director of the newly created Governor's Office of Minority Empowerment in Kentucky in 2004, and selected as a member of the Judicial Nominating Committee for the 30th Judicial Circuit and District of Kentucky in 2008. She chaired the Public Policy Committee for Louisville's Chamber of Commerce and sat on the board of directors of the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, Leadership Kentucky, and Transit Authority of River City.
Back in 2014, after losing 2 large contracts with clients who moved staffing projects in-house, TKT and Associates was on the verge of closing its doors. Tiara recalled that the experience was very humbling, and she had to pick herself up every single day and struggle to get new business. Her efforts paid off. By 2019, TKT and Associates had generated $130 million in revenue. Her struggle serves as a reminder of how she summed up entrepreneurship by saying, "This journey is not for the faint of heart, but it's a ride well worth taking." It is with heavy hearts and great respect that we honor Tiara Kavanaugh Wayne tonight. Speaking on her behalf is her mother.
Hello, I'm Sheila Kavanaugh, the mother of Tiara Kavanaugh. I'm the co-founder and CEO of TKT and Associates. I am truly honored and humbled to accept the WBE Hall of Fame Award on behalf of Tiara Kavanaugh. Tiara took a huge step out on faith when she started TKT and Associates in 2006. Tiara's vision of business development never ceased. In 2012, Tiara started the Astute Sourcing Staffing Company, which provides staffing services to top manufacturers like Toyota and several other industries nationwide. In 2013, Tiara started TKT Connect, a workforce managed service provider. Today, TKT's business service is one of the fastest growing companies in America. Tiara's family, friend, and the staff of TKT and Associates sincerely wish that Tiara was here to accept this prestigious award herself, but God had other plans. Thank you, Chuck Hendricks, the senior manager at Toyota Motor North America. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Sheila. I have met Tiara years ago, and we immediately clicked and realized we both had a mutual dear friend. And now, our final inductee of the evening is Darcel Webb.
Darcel Webb, District Manager, Business Diversity, Dallas Community College District. Helping qualified, innovative suppliers achieve their goals is all in a day's work for Darcel Webb. She is the District Manager for Business Diversity at Dallas College. where she provides a pathway for women and minority-owned firms to pursue opportunities and provide goods and services. The educational institution was founded in 1965 and serves more than 70,000 students annually on 7 main campuses. Darcel Webb has more than 20 years of experience in the supplier diversity arena, working in both corporate America and public entities. She has worked in different industries, from telecommunications to hospitality to the government sectors, promoting and advocating for minority and women-owned businesses. At Dallas College, she collaborates with other public entities to provide workshops and certifications to diverse suppliers. She has also mentored businesswomen, coaching them on the fine arts of communicating, planning, and partnering. Her leadership history includes roles in many organizations. Darcel is president of the American Contract Compliance Association, and she serves on the board of directors of the North Central Texas Regional Certification Agency, for which she is a past board chair. She has also co-chaired the Supplier Diversity Institute of the National Association of Educational Procurement and served on the board of the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Darcel is active in the Women's Business Council Southwest and has held numerous advisory positions with Junior Achievement of Oklahoma City and the Multicultural Hospitality Alliance.
A native of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Darcel holds multiple master's degrees, including one from the Dallas Theological Seminary, and has served as a church pastor. It is a distinct pleasure to induct Darcel into the WBE Hall of Fame. Please welcome a dear friend to many of us and someone that I work with at the Dallas-Fort Worth Minority Supplier Development Council, Darcel Webb.
I am Darcel Webb, and I am humbled, honored, and proud to be one of the 14 individuals to be inducted into the 2020 WBE Hall of Fame. There are so many words of gratitude I'd like to express, but the most important words are thank you to the people who are recognized for being advocates that give of their time and treasures assisting women in developing and growing their businesses. As a supplier diversity professional who has passion and desire to help women strategize on how to compete in the business world, work with challenges to stay ahead, and building successful businesses, it is a labor of love from the heart. I appreciate those women who have taught me to be resilient and courageous as they are operating their businesses with inspiration and determination. Thank you again for the opportunity to be inducted into the 2020 Women Business Enterprise Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Darcel, and congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, as you sit in front of your computer monitors, please join us in a round of applause for all of our inductees this evening.
We would like to thank our sponsors. The WBE Hall of Fame would not be possible without the dedication of sponsors that respect, value, and do business with women-owned businesses.
I would also like to thank Laguna Media Group, a certified woman-owned business enterprise, for assembling, videotaping, and presenting this production, and the American Institute of Diversity and Commerce for hosting this event.
It has been an honor for me to serve as presenter tonight. I now turn things back over to Tom Trotter.
To all of you who not only support important events like this, but are flag wavers for supply chain diversity and excellence, we thank you for your unconditional dedication and support. And to tonight's inductees, please know that your contributions, be they local, national, or global, are appreciated, and your hard work and commitment are immensely valued. It has been a pleasure inducting such an outstanding, diverse group of leaders. Thanks again, and have a good night.